to I can't say President Mahama was supposed to be on board that particular. First and then it became like a rumor. But from presidency, TSM or worker with the TSM.
And yesterday, the president gave me an assignment to do on Tuesday night. So yesterday, when I got up, I was on the assignment. So I went to the office, and I went to Chief of Staff's office to deliver a document. So when I was coming down in the lift, I met Ambassador Victor Smith. And he said, Nana, they said a helicopter is lost. They can't get a signal. I said, which helicopter is this? Then he made a comment that it's the president on it. He wanted to be sure because the president was supposed to go to the program with them.
Yesterday?
Yes. And he changed the plans because of the prayer, the Gomuafete prayer. So when he said that, I panicked. I said, but he's going to Gomuafete. Why are you saying that he's on it? I immediately panicked. Because, I had this thing to panic because plans can change. Yeah. Sometimes he's going here, something comes up, and so he was supposed to. So I panicked. So I normally don't call him, but this time I put a call through to him, and he answered. And I said, "Have you heard what has happened?" And he said, "Yes." I said, "Your Excellency, are you all right?" He said, "Yes, I'm fine." Then he told me what has happened. Immediately, I had to compose myself because the news was not out there.
What I say? So what came as a rumor? No, Mami, presidential staffer, it was true. President John Dramani Mahama was supposed to be on that particular aircraft. The president of the land was supposed to be on that particular aircraft. And then somebody is telling us, and one can refuse to be from Keke. This was the programmer. Yeah, now the president, Ediko Kaho. So they thought to say, or whoever thought say, aircraft was in the air by the president, knew that the president was going to be within this particular range or this particular program. Now, dear, a president, a sorry for program way. Assemblies of God program when a president, even what I understand is that president initially decided to say he wasn't going to a sorry program no. Because now the Chia or program will Cote d'Ivoire. And think or call or bossy deal in Naba, no bow or Besseco Cote d'Ivoire. So, Mao be mechanical say they didn't know that the president was going to be on board. And now you can say a general mosquito on this major Funina was supposed to be on board. So, is it that somebody planned say young collapse Ghana, young for president? Why you young kilo when you once and as a day? That's a very big blow. So imagine say President John Dramani Mahama was on board this particular aircraft. And the class here get the cocoa bottom and then could for the second and they called the door president cocoa bottom. No, I mean Tiasie. And Tiasie. Army for no. You should come back again and tell us a different story because I mean Tiasie. You knew say an aircraft. Mwangasa musoja ni ne pilot atu on board that particular aircraft no defense ministers of state big men and a team 30 minutes distance per journey flight na crash the only thing you could do is a money statement the paper say aircraft be ayera wo he e wo punu mu anase poase anase 30 minutes per no and you couldn't use the same radar na momo manage the whole of Ghana international flight to trace that particular aircraft even with a common drone. Want manyebi unkurase for the second cocoa second na so kodwe ekohu ye no so na mobile you couldn't use a simple helicopter to lift the remains up rather than omni cocoa bottom ada dey na bon ni pa yo Ghana dey bon no mo ye. This is the question I asked yesterday. I know BBC me sebi nkwasi asem no say cocoa bottom do mu gumu na dey nya na say papa na kotu cocoa bottom to say Dr. Manebo my defense minister of the country ebe ye ode whole defense minister of the country. Now can say can't be a defense minister. I'm going to know the answer. Now I was sending pana kotu cocoa bottom near Koka boy bisu to say mentiase. Because politics we are speaking sense to power. We Ghana and so we need to let Ghanaians understand what is happening in the society. I can't see Bibiana here. Hosem, but me say helicopter na a ball from no. Based on the research information I gather from pilots and other things, BB na the helicopter na bar from. It didn't come down by itself. But you see some eyewitnesses of how they saw that particular helicopter. The me do go asore na Emma president anko program no. Ye ko tie nsem osofo no enso ekaye. Na utie these two are
na ye na yo baby ba kwa ye share ne mema ye share nti no ebesen no ye kura ka se na da na obesi fam ana onsi because wa ba fam dodo ko wa hu se nipa ye dai etitim nti ye dey nsa mind for good now omota be fa no because e bi asima e bi si sa mom ko si bofo park so because now we da nenye tinye fi se sa de na na esi ko so good na no kofa nti se na enye good na mpenfo ati 10 seconds and take bash tie de ye de hu say ye eno na esi because be fire on in seconds na sa de ni si ye nti ne ni say ye plane na esi form
mo dimnika be hwa mo de akire
dimnika gidigidi because the esi de no a tie ne be du ya no be bia ne suspect say kokora na hwe ye no na enye ho ti hu say ngusie bi aya ne hu say eye soro ho ya ko ya na say eja toma manipa no ash
Adia esi wa hase adia ebi esi wa happen na.
Oh, ebi nsi wa happen because da ne da ebi besen ebi wa Monday ebi twam mines for no okofa gold no Wednesday Fridays tie besen tie na Wednesday ne de ne nim say e gold na okwa akofa tina yenim say bibi say na say empany for na ekodi dwuma bi say na ade na happen tisanet
Ndi sane ya wakase na pache say helicopter no eba na ofom a muhu ni nipa.
Oh, na ofom pa because starting from kwabene hunu na ofom nti ye na edu ya hanes ena de we no abafom too much because won hu say nipa ye dai etitim nti ye ko hu say ana say weather ni nti na wonti me na on land here ti sa na nkomodidi a ye kura ye guso ye didi ti seconds e de hu say sa de na dai esi
what in some papa yi kan helicopter fly from Accra 9:12 a.m. Eko obuase keke using 30 minutes no. In Kurase for when they saw the helicopter in the forest, they saw the helicopter ever form. Helicopter never form too much. They even to say, "Ah, na na unem wure my helicopter about form say." Et the DNA the helicopter about form. I almost who say nipa etitimumpo. They say na no. And then the other point, the guy rose and he said, "Osi no Munufie say ebi a gold na ekofa." Meaning said the people in the forest they will see the helicopter now and then in the area hon bebre. Is it say they thought say a soldier for now mo be che galamsey for na say dey. And the DNA ma helicopter na nam soro a etimi cross through that distance no. Etimi drop it back from to the sense say nipa ono gina asase ko hu nipa tete helicopter meaning something was wrong with the helicopter. It was going down. Until quality, I need 2 minutes. Could I? No, say boom, it is down. What brought it down? That is what we need to know. But your soldier for mama, we any person basamo. Yo,
in this anity.
No men am bedano. Or it's no men am bedano. Na no pay ye bo be 8 no nebo e wa hanom kakra. Eti ye hu se helicopter bi eba ne ben fom. Enti ni ye nim an ya se na de alupre ye wo fomu na da yo mu beti ana to mu twa mu be 10 minutes no ni ye ti se bibi ato se bombo no po ti a kire no mu frɛ wo mu do wa ha ne frɛ ye se ayi alupre no abehwe forest ni mu nti ye mra ne ye mehwe ti e ba ya na kyerɛ se eye no kore ahwewa ma eja to mama wo mu nyina ahye dabi sense me ba ha de me first one ya me be share ha no me first one ya esi wa na ba e bi si ba last time me bete se ya si bofo do e bi yira sa ma ni be si park ne so ba no de na me ni ba e bete
Nti na enfana na wo hu se elipe na eba
na me was kaman fi e ho na me station wo e ho na me ya adwuma nti me pon e ho na mete mete sikaman ti e ho na hu se luple ne ba na wo fama etwa mu be 10 minutes a ye te se tuo bi ai bi ato se bomba ye ba ya sa alupre no na abebo forest ni mama abasa ashi
me do for forest ya no timidua kuku midua se alupre ne ba na me peje ne ahwe se alupre na du ho a me wan say I gim aboduam aboduam na ya kakra de brase po wa na I'm so fefrefi say me frɛ di wo na aha no na me frɛ ayi ona abomanya no me frɛ komiti chamanya no ti di wo na frɛ o mu nyina ma me ana me dimika me gya moto no ho ntima me dru fie no ma mafie kura me wura hwa ti bi ni pa akofo na akɔhwɛ na no oba no so ɔkɔ nyame ni mu nyina ahye hwa na me dimika kɔ ya me kudu nyampa me ko to sɛ nipa bɛ na hu mu de no ahye ana me san ba nyina me hia nkɔfo do mo kɔ ana me ka kyɛ nkɔfo sɛ o mu ahye go yɛ hwia anyi bi ka de kɔ na mu wadi anke bɛpɛ ɛkwa bi ne afa yiwom ya fie sɛ o mfa bia doctor for na adimira ne form nko hospital eso na eko dia ye de we hwie nyi bi o se e ba be ka kire e de fefe mpanifo a munya mba ya ne ye sie no
na o de na we ade a odo wo fom
me fom a me twam kokuagu a age for hwe a me dua age kere me dua enti ne gusu a me dua ka ba tem adua wi ti me chi se e pere ba pija me si a no obi me chi se abrase e hwi dua
so we home. And the farmers who say how a helicopter na from there's something wrong with the helicopter now. Almost pay when you see the moment they saw the helicopter above from now, they say boom, I be until the helicopter now. And I'm so pan because there's nowhere Ghana Armed Forces bit my country more piloter or no nim the topography of that area and I say bit me who say how do that be any possible helicopter any bicycle I a two of him. Nipa bia or a pilot of a military helicopter no. He or she knows almost every corner in Ghana. And helicopter on a camera in a say you know say how my for a base how much the end of the helicopter about from black box no you people should tell us the truth. You should tell us say the end of the helicopter about from Aden.
it's na wo beti achi machire
we na the chene say ade ne boduam enti boduam say an first one no e trade dua no buda ho and san ko bo beponim enti e bo beponim na e lande form enti sam le de ni nyina ahye
opani
me na o ka say de o kra ba kokura untimi nka say o be fa bibi wo no mo de abafi
na omo machine no say bu ho mo timi hye but utimi hu nanim ne nsa ne nan identify say asme so obentia na akotu omo machine no ukwa wo hu bibi a kire say we die atade a hye no nie mpabo a hye no nie
me nua say enipa so mesia na obentre da wa hye kura
E arehosem e arehosem pa na when a president who di president e gina ho be manso I say
May I respectfully invite all of us to observe a minute of silence.
We how a president of the land and casa is soon. I didn't know why. Papa Ghana na obebo Ghana and obiti ba bi say on tiase anase dem because me tiase e die bone na papa aye president ba ko ba bi di no yetima tenase ama these strong 8 good men awua the circumstances and after the death of how we treated them no so bad the same men tiase Ghana Armed Forces you have questions to answer. And you need to tell Ghanaians exactly. Because me won't convince me. You people have not convinced me. I have to be honest. Won't convince me. Because the armed forces, mo catch them say 30 minutes per month to another plane. And Firakra man and Betrisi, quite away fast on the dinner. Could see ni be net or this kind of kodo koko ko there. Me no nya agenda. You knew something. On ye Ghana, sir, because Ghana, na mama ye yet to say ekwaha yempe ebaha yebese no. Something brought that helicopter down. Mama you want the because it wasn't just flying and then just came down. Could I say for instance they saw said there was something wrong with the helicopter and that it was coming down. And the end of the neighbor from all of a sudden they also said the plane no, was coming down and boom, depending in Ashewu. And then I did how many say just 30 minutes until money another plane be able to talk. Time when I'm gonna call you let away no. Let away na more no. So you are telling me say that same time no, you couldn't even go tracing it. Time no money that I got type just these 3 sentences no. You couldn't even go with another aircraft to trace it. You couldn't have a drone. The whole army need drone. They bet me. I'm managing the whole forest. You are telling me Ashanti region kakara moto no. Muni soldier for the go ni no. Muti be buni power Ashanti region no. Or muni adwin so bet me go for it that quick. Akoye bibia. But it took them over 4 hours, 4 good hours. Then could I say for the videos in air security online keke. Na soldier for mountain cry. Mo press conferences. Sometimes we dig na chia, but being was I know uti kura payo. If this is how a Ghana and the HH in there, then we have a problem. The same here Ghana and there, your problem. Now when him, the call a sorry na President a sorry a friend any day how a Lordina Mama, the first lady, a G or no one can say you couldn't see because they all knew that the president was going to be on board that particular jet in the 2 years. Or a helicopter or chopper or whatever. But
I've been calling and posting on social media and saying, Assemblies of God, thank you for saving our president's life. It's not about the clap and listen. Sound better for me. Listen carefully. We did nothing. Except that, that's why the speaker said you must be prophetic. You don't need to be a prophet. When last week I received a call from the president's secretary that he would not be able to come today. And that he had been invited to La Côte d'Ivoire to be the special guest of honor for their independence. And that His Excellency had asked the Vice President and his wife to come in this place. I said, thank you, Dr. Callistos. Then I called Reverend Bauer. Reverend Bauer, President said he's not coming. I said, I don't accept it. Go and mobilize the prayer team and pray and reverse it. Reverend Bauer is my witness. Where is he? Ask him. I told him, I said, I don't accept it. Then Monday, when we arrived, I was a bit late. I was just coming and First Lady called me, very angry. Said, Pastor, President says that he's going to La Côte d'Ivoire. No, we are coming for this program. We have planned for this program long ago. No way. It was a battle on the phone. Battle on the phone. He said, don't accept it. I was talking with her when the president was calling. I said, Mama, president is calling. It's okay, I'm going up, but don't agree. So president explained. I said, Your Excellency, I understand. Your will be done. Then when I was leading prayer, I saw Mama calling again. I couldn't receive the call. Then she sent a text and said, we are coming on Wednesday so the president can travel on Thursday. So that was how it was averted. If he had come today, he would have traveled yesterday. So when the speaker says we must be prophetic, every pastor, and this comes by.
All right, Enti, yeah, some more. Also for say, even Okasa President Ember program no. President wanted to change the plan, but Lordina Mahama and they pushy the president. Said there be we in the way they are can ebako. I know they save you, President, from this. There is a message from Ade. I want to read and address this particular message. The helicopter was coming down because the cloud was also coming down and they need to fly below the cloud. I do agree. Helicopters are not supposed to fly above the clouds. Should come down. This is a military, not a civilian helicopter. A military. They manage the radar in the country, the weather and everything. They manage it. Are you trying to tell me that the military did not know, say, flying from Accra to Obuasi within 30 minutes, the cloud will change? Are you telling me that the military didn't have all those data? Because flight or plane do not fly without data. They forecast, they know the weather of the day, how it's going to change, where it's going to fly to. If you want to change course, he or she manning that particular helicopter and need to communicate with somebody else, the control tower or whatever. Are you trying to tell me, say, they didn't know all this kind of things before they flew? 30 minutes flight to pay. I want to say these kind of questions, or things. These are things the military or whoever will be saying it to defend themselves, but critically analyzing it doesn't add up. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. Nobody can convince me with this. Let's take it in a different form. Because a military chopper. When you chopper na juma here, you a weapons ngumo. Se soldier for your operation will be a omo nua ne no mo truth na se for no omo akutrumens no, they put it in this particular chopper no. Enye chopper as ye weapons egum ni bi da bi nya sa na we ne tie. Nti we na juma here no, it transports people and goods and e dey here no. Nti wa obe manage a particular chopper we no. You know everything that will happen within the next maybe 5 or 6 hours. They know. When you make a jam, who to free Accra to Obuasi, you did not study before you flew it. No, it's not possible. Or maybe can't ask them because I want to say myself. So you need to be about can't ask them to be army commando who was 10 as them. That argument will go mean they wouldn't even go there. Among Kasa. So, well, sometimes, they need to tell us more, something more. That is my argument here. They need to tell us a lot of things because it doesn't add up. So what must I say? I don't even get it when the control room said they couldn't find the helicopter on the radar. That is another point. 30 minutes per. You couldn't find it. Many problem. I crash it. The technical term of saying is say, oh, the aircraft to be a crash it. Perfect. 30 minutes aircraft. Who soldier for no more man the aircraft? Defense minister team. You couldn't send another aircraft to go and follow the route. It doesn't make sense. You couldn't even send a common drone. Army person with so many drones. Control and manage the whole of Ghana forest. But I understand that they told us that they have over 50 drones are only control all the forest reserves in the country. And this is a defense minister travel from Accra to Obuasi. You couldn't even follow it. Ghana. I have a host about it. When you are true teller, there are 4 goggles and night vision goggles, a lot of things. That is why I'm saying, army aircraft and yes, civilian aircraft. I can't them say you lack some things. Do you know how army do their training? Before you say you are an armed force or you pilot an armed force aircraft. Okay, and yes, civilian this is army. Ghana, you know, soldier for you don't be Ghana to you see these are the people we are talking about. Intelligence people, and ordinary people, and I don't even know how it works. But army of a country. I was somebody to be yesterday. No, but let's wait for what they find out from the black box. Well, that is what I'm prompting them. Say they shouldn't come and deceive us because we know bɛyɛ kotoma hwɛ ɔtɔ agoro bi ayɛ nte ase